Should you play Rust in 2021? Unless you've been living under a rock like Patrick Star from SpongeBob for the last few months, you will know that Rust has gone pretty viral right now. But if we look at other games that big streamers have played, like Fall Guys, Among Us, it's hard to tell if this is just a trend people are jumping on for views, or if this genuinely is a good game. As someone with Fall Guys in their library collecting dust like a relic of the past, I want to help you answer the question, should you play Rust in 2021, or is it just another trend that's going to come and go, and you're not going to miss out on? What's up guys, Marty here with another video, and yeah, if you follow this channel or the streams, you'll know that I play a ton of survival games, and my relationship with Rust has been as on and off as a toxic relationship, so this video was inevitable. As with all these videos, I can't tell you if you will enjoy the game. Most of you watching will already have an opinion in your mind and you've probably got the bias already, so I probably can't change your mind, but what I can do is try and answer some questions that will inform your decision and make sure you know what you're buying, you know what you're getting into before you drop that money. So I want to go over a few of these questions in the video. What do you do in Rust? Is Rust actually fun to play solo? And is it fun to play with your friends or strangers? Are there enough people playing Rust? I think we know the answer to that one, but I want to dive a bit deeper into the numbers. And is it actually worth the money? That's the big one, right? So let's not drag this out. What do you do in Rust? So you spawn in Rust naked and alone with a rock in hand, frantically running around like the Hunger Games, until you're butchered by people with machine guns, advanced technology, and a base is built up. That's the actual experience of the game, really. And then you spend the next 100 hours playing out of pure spite, and the game probably has a better revenge arc than The Last of Us 2. So in all seriousness, the game is very punishing. You start out with a rock, and you're pitted in a world where real other players have already built up strong bases, crafted good weapons, and maybe even formed alliances and are working in teams. They also know their lay of the land, and they've got their places pretty set up, so they can come for you whenever they want, and you're always on the back foot, really. So your goal is to survive long enough to progress, survive, no different than most survival games, really. You slowly grow, expand your base, improve your technology, craft better weapons, tools, equipment. If you played Minecraft, it's the same. It's the same setup, really. But you just fight other players instead of, I don't know, zombies, spiders, whatever you do in Minecraft. And the gameplay is pretty simple. You gather rock, ore, wood, other resources, and then you craft and research, build, salvage, and advance your way through the game. But it's pretty shocking how deep this gets. Once you get the research table, and you realise the depth of like the mechanical and the electronical things you can create, it's a totally different game to when you're running around on the beach, slapping your rock against trees. And all of their survival elements are here too, food, thirst, health, and it's very punishing. You will die a lot if this is your first playthrough. But despite having no real story, what makes Rust unique is that the game is totally driven by the players on the server. Your character's wiped every time the server refreshes, and on a new server. So every time you jump in, you're in a new world with new players, and there's a new story. If you haven't played Rust, this probably sounds like every other survival game out there, and it might be hard to see why it's so popular. But what makes it stand out so much, in my opinion, is the player interactions. So brings us on to the second point, really. Is it fun to play with friends, strangers, and solo? And again, this totally depends on your server. No server's the same, and every experience is unique. So you could play on a server with a few big players, groups have dominated the best parts of the map, and they just create a kill zone. You know, you walk in and you get shot from a tower. You could go with a friend, try and sneak and rob them, or you could pick them off when they're away from their base and steal their advanced technology, and then refactor this to make it yourself. Maybe you'll try and make your own kingdom somewhere and then go to battle with them. What makes the game special is you create a story on this server every time you play. Some people, most people, will kill you outright. Some will rob you and leave you alive. Some will capture you and take you back to their base. There's even heavy roleplay in this game. You know, like look at what the streamers are playing, like offline TV. People acting as like shop owners, tradesmen, casinos, people playing as a sheriff, as a nomad, as a warrior, people trying to be like a king, crazy people who want to, I don't know, collect the cloth and live in a cave. I don't know what people role play as, but yeah, you can do anything. The game really is that open. If you like single player games and want to just play a survival game, this is where I'd struggle to recommend this game. If you don't play the game like the sweaty struggle that it is, you're going to struggle to advance. And if you leave the game for like a week because you're busy, you're going to come back, your base will have been destroyed. You leave it for a month, the server's probably wiped. So you really want to be getting into this thinking it's like a massively multiplayer online. And if you look on Steam, they do class it as a massively multiplayer game, and for a good reason. Obviously, there's roleplay games, there's roleplay servers out there which are less competitive, but then it still is an online environment, and you still, if you're running around without a microphone and you're not interacting with people, you're gonna struggle. I mean, for starters, when someone shouts, "Are you friendly?" If you can't answer that, you're dead. If you can answer it, you're probably still dead. But yeah, if you enjoy playing that type of game, then this really is like online interaction at its best. There's a reason Among Us did so well, let's be honest. The game's like a crappy mobile game, but the interactions you can have with other people is what made the game go viral. If you're watching this, you're watching the people's reactions, you're not watching them, I don't know, run around the spaceship in pixels. You're watching the drama and the interactions that are happening, and that same interaction is what's being had in Rust. And there's a reason the offline TV Rust server is so successful, and that's because they turned the game into a reality TV show. Story arcs, character development, and its own drama. If you want to do this with your friends or solo, then the game is incredible. If you want to go in and decide, like I was playing on stream, a medieval playthrough, obviously that's my thing, just using bows and arrows, trying to live life without technology. And yeah, it was crazy fun. If you want a truly solo experience, you're going to miss out on the heart of this game, I think. And the next question, are people playing Rust? Hell yes, that's an easy question to answer. Ever since the big streamers started playing this, it trickled down and everyone with a webcam became a Rust streamer, really. Looking at Sullynome, that's a site that's pretty good at analysing Twitch stats. You can see that over the last 30 days, Rust was the second biggest category and the biggest game on Twitch, just behind Just Chatting, for obvious reasons. Also on stream charts, the game has absolutely exploded. It started rising at the end of last year and is now sitting at over 140,000 monthly player average. So yeah, there's tons of people playing it, and you know, there's great streamers, great YouTubers making content, and it is just a great community to be a part of right now. So if you're wondering when to get involved, now. I can't say if this will last once the hype dies down, and it inevitably will die down when the streamers move on to a bigger game or something else. However, you can see that before all this, there was a solid 50k, and after it, I imagine even more will remain. So I'm pretty sure this is going to stay a big community for a while. The game's been out for years, and it's still going strong. I don't think it's going anywhere for a while, unless some huge survival game competitor comes out. So yeah, the game can be super fun. There's tons of people playing it, but is it worth your hard-earned money? The game is 30 British pounds on Steam, which is what, like 40 US dollars? And I would easily pay full price for this. Maybe not when it came out, but today in 2021, I would pay full price, AAA price, $50, $60. We often see early access games coming out on Steam, and I've covered a lot of them on here, and they charge premium prices. But this game is fully decked out, deep gameplay, ever-changing stories, enough replayability that some people are racking into the 1,000 hours mark. So yeah, for £30, $40, you're getting your money's worth. I'm happy to say, as long as you go into this realizing there's no story and the replayability is what you make yourself, it is absolutely worth the money. Yeah, overall, the game is super fun, worth the money, and it's actually gone viral for the right reasons. If you're looking for a game where you can have fun with your friends and go on crazy random adventures and really challenge yourself to compete in a super sweaty environment, then go for it. My only reservation would be people looking for a solo environment or a casual game where you can play as and when you would like a single player game. If you just want to log on for a few hours, chop a few trees, build a few things, and then go on again a few days later, you're not going to experience the game the right way. You're going to log on and you're going to get destroyed by someone with good gear. If you build a little house and then go on it 2 days later, that house will be destroyed. It's not always that bad, and some servers are better than others, but the game is competitive, and if you don't want to compete, if you don't want to try to establish yourself on the server, you're going to have a hard time. When I first started playing this a few years ago, I had that issue. I would go on, I would maybe play for 2 or 3 hours, and then I would go on it literally the next weekend, and the server had grown without me. My area on the map was gone. I was no longer welcome in that area. There was buildings all around my little house. If you realize it's more like an MMO and you have to put the time in, it's so rewarding. That's it, guys. If you're on the fence about the game, hopefully, go get it. It's worth it. If you were on the other side of the fence and you didn't think it it was for you. I've either confirmed that for you or, convinced you that give it a chance. It is a unique game and it does have a special quality, but it's not for everyone. So I'm probably going to end this video here. It's gone on longer than I was expecting. If this has helped, liking the video helps me out a ton. If you like this sort of game, if you like survival games, fantasy games, anything like that really, that is my jam and I post about them all the time. So subscribing will deliver them straight to you. I also stream on Twitch Mondays and Fridays from 7 PM UK time. Other than that, cheers for watching the video. If you've made it this far, I really appreciate you. Thanks a lot and have a good day.